Welcome back to the session. So in my previous class, I have explained regarding the introduction to spectroscopy and its branches like atomic and molecular spectroscopy. Atoms consist of atomic spectrum, molecules consist of molecular spectrum, and this can be explained by either emission or absorption. And moreover, above all these things, the energy is quantized. Quantized means which must be measurable, and this can be done in terms of frequency, wavelength and wave number according to relation E is equal to h nu. This is the electromagnetic spectrum which I have shown you in my last video lecture. Now I am going to explain about electromagnetic radiation. So electromagnetic wave may be considered as a simple harmonic wave propagated from its source, traveling in straight lines with speed of a light. Right? It originates from zero, travels in straight line. Like as you know, it has the wave properties crust and trough and all, and the speed is equal to that of velocity, that of light. It may also be considered as consisting of stream of particles. This stream of particles are otherwise called as photons. So these photons, they have dual nature. They exhibit both as wave nature as well as particle nature. That is called as dual nature. Electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other and in turn are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So electromagnetic radiation itself is nothing but it consists of both electric and magnetic field. One is perpendicular to the other. Wave motion is transmission of energy from one place to the another place. So example, transverse waves and also longitudinal waves. These are the various examples of waves. UV to gamma radiation is ionizing radiation, rest of them are non-ionizing. Right? What is meant by this ionizing radiation? Radiation, it is divided into or segregated into ions. So this is very much, you can say, dangerous, because ions, they will penetrate directly into the body or something like that, into the cells moreover I can say. The rest of them are non-ionizing. So this is about features of electromagnetic radiation. Right? Next, what are the types of energy present in a molecule? So first one is translational energy. What is meant by translational? Overall movement of molecule along the three axes. It means x, y, z axis. That is translational energy. Rotational energy, spinning of molecules about axis passing into center of gravity. Vibrational energy, vibrations within a molecule such as stretching or bending vibrations. Fourth one is electronic energy. So promotion of electrons to higher energy levels. So what about the total energy? It is combination of all these four different types of energy: translational, rotational, vibrational and electronic energy. So among these, the translational energy is considered continuous, while the other three forms are quantized, similar to electronic energy in the atoms. So this is called as translational, linear translational motion of electrons in an atom. This is very negligible actually. So hence this can be omitted, and whereas the rest of the three types of energy, rotation, vibration and electronic, they can be measured. Next, types of spectra based on absorption or emission. So emission, as I said in case of atomic spectroscopy, either emission or absorption takes place. So once again I am going to explain clearly emission spectrum. On returning to their lower energy state, molecules may emit radiation. So, which is the result of transition of molecule from an excited state from a higher level to the lower one. is are nothing but to the ground state, then emission spectra will take place. Whereas in case of absorption spectra, when a substance is irradiated with electromagnetic radiation, the energy of incident photons may be transferred to the molecules. So in such a case, whenever the incident photons may be transferred, you can say they will raise the energy levels. From where to where it follows the rise in energy level, from the ground state to the excited state, we are going to observe the rise in energy level. So hence this is absorption spectrum. Energy absorption occurs only when the energy difference between ground state and excited energy level is exactly matched by the energy of incident electromagnetic radiation. So these are the effect of type of radiation on the molecule, right? So as I said you, whatever emission or absorption spectroscopy is there, energy is quantized, and there are 4 different types of energies: rotational, vibrational, then translational and electronic energy levels. Among them, translation is the least, hence it is negligible. Rest of the other 3 can be calculated, right? So apart from this one, the electromagnetic radiation, the quantization of energy can be explained in terms of wavelength, wave number and frequency, right? So here we are going to see the effect of type of radiation on molecules, right? So this is the chart which gives an idea about the differences in their wavelength, wave number, that energy, effect and information about the molecule or atoms, something like that. So first one is in case of microwave, second one is infrared, and third one is UV and visible. So if you see wavelength, microwave has the highest wavelength and it decreases. Then mu frequency. Frequency units are hertz. Frequency increases. Wavelength decreases. Energy increases. Effect on molecule. Microwave, you are going to observe change in rotational energy. Here in infrared IR, rotational and vibrational energies. In UV and visible, electronic energy levels. So what is the final conclusion about this one? What is the final information? So when we are going to observe change in rotational energy, rotation about, so when we are changing, let us suppose a molecule is there, if you rotate that one, so you are going to observe there will be the change in bond length and bond angle. In case of infrared, so both rotation and vibration, hence functional groups, force constant, dipole moment, all these will be considered here. In case of UV and visible, it relates to, because it relates to electronic energy levels, it relates to the electronic structure itself. Right? So this is about instrumentation. So representation of absorption spectra. Some wavelengths of radiations are absorbed while the rest are transmitted. So if you see, whenever you are going to induce electromagnetic radiation, electric and magnetic radiation, so some of the wavelengths it is going to be absorbed and the rest are transmitted. So we are going to find a inference about absorption versus transmission or something like that. Here absorption versus wavelength are wave number or frequency or wave number, which we are going to observe in case of microwave spectra. Transmission versus wavelength, similarly wave number or frequency, this is maximum in absorption. The spectrum will appear as minimum in case of IR spectroscopy. So instrument used to record the spectra of molecule is called a spectrometer. The design of instrument varies according to spectral region being examined. So this is the generalized scheme of representation. So once initially there must be source of radiation. For this we need a proper instrument. It will have fixed radiation and it will analyze the device, and finally it can be done in case of detector. Afterwards it can be amplified and can undergo recorder. Right. So this is about instrumentation in case of various types of spectrums. So in case of UV, we are going to use the source as that H2 discharge lamp we are going to use. Here filament lamp, here hot rare earth oxide rod, here klystron valve. In case of sample, this is quartz cell, this is also quartz cell. Here we are going to, in IR spectroscopy, we are going to use potassium bromide pellet. In case of microwave, waveguide. In case of detector, photomultiplier. In case of UV, visible photoconductive. IR crystal detector. In case of microwave also we are going to observe crystal detector. So this is about the instrumentation. So next class we are going to study in detail of separate spectroscopy. First microwave, next IR, next NMR. Thank you all.